Tom Renney, President and CEO of Hockey Canada, was in Victoria Thursday, December 7th at the Save-On Foods Memorial Centre to promote the 2019 World Junior Hockey Championships that will be taking place in Vancouver and in Victoria.
Tomorrow is the big day in terms of buying tickets and purchasing ticket packages for what will and has been a historical event, second to none in the world, really. And we're excited for Victoria and obviously for Vancouver as well.
What are you expecting from the ticket sales here locally?
Well, historically they've been very good, and there's a reason for that, and that is because of the quality of the effort of the players on the ice, no question of that, but also and in large part to people like Barry, who pick up the torch and run with it to do something extraordinary and to maintain a standard of what the World Junior Championship represents off the ice as well. And so from our point of view as Hockey Canada, a couple of things to consider. This is not about us. It is about a combination of ourselves with BC Hockey as well as the constituents of minor hockey associations around British Columbia, and both genders, of course, and those that don't have the opportunity to play hockey in a manner such as others with, for whatever purposes, health reasons, whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, this is a celebration of hockey, and it's a celebration of hockey in British Columbia that we know will reach far and wide into the other end of the country as well. We've had a real good opportunity to look at Toronto and Montreal, these last two hosting opportunities in Canada. And looking at the combination of Victoria, a smaller market, mid-sized market, if you will, in Vancouver, we looked at the opportunity to really come out of the gate, maybe a little differently than in those other cities. And with that being said, the pre-sales were, the day that they went on sale, right away matched what was in Toronto. Montreal a little bit slower. We expected that. Matched what Toronto was able to do on a per capita basis, and that's impressive.
Tom, did you look at Montreal and what happened there last year as far as this?
One of the things that we had learned from, I think, 2015 was the fact that maybe we overshot the runway with ticket prices, to be honest with you. And we own that as Hockey Canada. We recognize that and adjusted our tickets by a 30% reduction, to what had been in place in 2015. So we think we recognize that. The fact of the matter is that Quebec is very much Montreal Canadian territory. And so try to justify that however you wish and rationalize that however you wish. Quebec is Montreal Canadian territory. Having said that, the last two games of that championship in 17 saw 44,000 people watch two games in Montreal.
And how about the current selection roster that Team Canada just put out yesterday, and the amount of WHL contingents, and maybe touch on Matthew Phillips as well for your Victoria and not on that roster?
Yeah, it's not for me to suggest that the selection process is anything but great, quite honestly. We don't take that lightly. We recognize through very extensive scouting, and a criteria that exists by which a player can contribute to a team game, at the World Junior Championship. Not everyone gets that opportunity for whatever reasons, and he's not alone. Mm-hmm. That being said, we feel that we can ice a good team, a team that in most cases will grow as the competition moves on. You build a tournament, a single game at a time, and we feel very, very good about the contingent of players that we've put together. There's definitely leadership in there that will need to take charge right out of the gate, to say the least. But that's incumbent with being Canadian, and we all accept that fact.
Tom, we all know the depth of this 98 group. What about the 99 group that will play here? What are your future projections on that?
Yeah, better for someone else to answer that, to be honest with you. I fly at about 36,000 feet, and I don't get an opportunity to watch that age group like I would like, to be honest with you. But safe to say we'll be equally as good.
We represent because they represent every year. The 2019 World Juniors are coming back to the West Coast, and it's time to represent home ice advantage again.